Wars Live. Um, Today we're going to be talking about the big, beautiful bill, man. We have not heard from Congress in forever. I mean, since President Biden was in office, right? We hadn't heard from Congress in a long time, man, but it's time to legislate. That budget situation, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about it. President Trump and his reasons for not wanting to legislate, you know what I'm saying? Like a gridlock in Washington, you know what I'm saying? That's what we've been seeing for the last probably decade or so before President I think the last time Congress really worked the way it was supposed to, President Clinton was in office. But man, we're not gonna bash nobody. We ain't gonna talk down. We just gonna go over the information, man. We're gonna see where it takes us. We're gonna go over the truth and we're gonna see where the truth takes us, okay? And that's where we're gonna go from there. Y'all know how it goes. Legal Wars Live, man. Real facts, original, authentic. Guys, in the background, I got some videos up for everyone who comes in and y'all watch this after it was pre-recorded. I'm finna put one of the videos on. The one I'm gonna choose today, I'm gonna do the truth dealer, President Trump in his own words. It's on the Legal Wars Live channel. Some videos that we have up. So make sure y'all go check this out. This playing in the background, man, I'm going to go in. I'm going to get ready. When I come back, man, we jumping straight into the content, y'all. Thank you guys for y'all love and support in advance. Make sure y'all double tap the screen, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and please don't skip the commercials. But guys, it's playing in the background. I'll be right back, and we'll get straight to the content.
Man, I'm a litigator. So say if a business, organization, or person ain't doing the right thing, and I know you ain't doing the right thing, man, I'll do anything to get you. The police will too. You don't know that. The police will lie to you in a second if they need to put you in jail. You say, Ghost, why you saying all this, man? I was talking to a young man yesterday, and he said, President Trump just like about lowering the price of groceries. Man, I'm not hating on President Trump, man. You see what I'm saying? I believe what he needs to be doing is what he's doing. And that's only the trade deficit and the budget. However, bad things need to be fixed. Let's be real. The people didn't elect him to fix your Biden's mistakes. They elected him to lower. And so don't take my word for it, man. I'm going to play a audio for you. President Trump pre-election in his own words.
Hey, good morning, man. Y'all listening to that in the background. Y'all hear I'm playing videos from my YouTube channel. As you guys come in, make sure y'all like the video. If y'all haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And make sure y'all definitely hit that notification bell. Guys, I don't care what party you in. To me, that doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a party. My party is the United States of America. My party is red, white, and blue. That being said, when you guys hear me give y'all this news at times, you know what I'm saying? It's probably not what you're going to be used to hearing. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's positive and sometimes it's not. But regardless, we're going to get straight to it, guys. Let's start off with the intro. As I said, I'm glad you guys here. Make sure y'all double tap the screen as y'all come in. If y'all already in, if y'all like the video, I would appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and let's get started. So guys, on the intro, I'm going to say that the Republicans better be glad they have President Trump. Oh, yeah. It's y'all's day today, Republicans. Oh, I'm sorry, Micro. What's up? How you doing? Cindy, how are you doing? As you guys come in. Good morning. Good morning. Guys, the Republicans, they have to be glad they have President Trump. Because this is where they always implode. Always, always, always. It never fails. Right here in this point, right here. It don't matter what administration, what president, since the second Bush his second term 20 years ago. Prior to President Trump, the Republicans watched candidate after candidate lose to the Democrats on the national stage in national elections. And you want to know why? Because you do not touch the people's programs, period. It's that simple. I mean, Steve Bannon gets it. Senator Hawley from Missouri, he gets it. And Mike Johnson, he said they're not cutting Medicaid, but we still got to talk about it. Listening to the Republican Party run around talking about the possibility of cutting a program that's designed to help tens of millions poor, elderly, and disabled and working class Americans, while they give tax cuts to the rich people, man, that's not just dumb, it's bad politics. And in my opinion, it is basically legalized corruption. Now, that being said, President Trump and the rich people can get all the tax cuts, and America can make trillions. But if you starve the people, I promise you, it's just a matter of time, man. It's going to all fall apart. Now, guys, before we get to the news, let me just say this. I seen AOC on TV yesterday speaking up and being firm on Medicaid and Medicaid cuts. And guys, you Republicans can hate on her all you want to. She is so popular with the people because she stands up and she fights for the rights of the people, and the people know it. So, guys, that being said, I'm an independent, as you might know, and I'm not about to sit here and pit one party against the other. It's not Republicans against Democrats. That isn't my duty. My duty, okay? So you can understand, everyone understand, in my heart and in my mind, the place that I'm coming from, my duty is to stand up and to fight for the rights of the people, man. Out of all the politicians who support the people's rights, that's who I'm aligned with. That being said, guys, let's get to the news, okay? So you say, go. You come out starting off today, you going hard against the Republicans? Oh, nah, ain't nothing like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that, man. We just gonna do the news, man. Let's do it. So, guys, this is an update. I'm gonna start off by doing an update on the stock market, and I'm gonna do that all the way to the first quarter of the physical quarter of 2026. So currently, the Dow is basically even, with the S&P and the NASDAQ holding slight gains to start the day. I think it's a perfect time for the White House to announce the framework for a new trade deal and let the American people make some money, guys. So that's my take on the stock market. I think we're going to get the framework of a new deal announced soon, maybe India, maybe Japan, maybe South Korea. And I think that's going to boost the economy, get the stock market pumping and everything, jumping and everything as we go into the golden age. Guys, let's get to the news. So this is reported by Politico, May the 14th. Senator Ron Johnson, how you doing, sir? I do apologize to the state of Wisconsin in advance. But for some reason, Senator Johnson, Politico chose you to use you for an example. So we're going to use you. Okay, May 14th, a third-term Wisconsin Republican, said on Wednesday night that he's working to ensure the demise of President Trump's big, beautiful bill, calling it the Titanic. Oh, wow. So, Senator Johnson, I'm saying you're going to demise President Trump's big, beautiful bill and calling it the Titanic. And why is that? Because he said it doesn't do enough to reduce spending and have to return to pre-pandemic spending. Well, Senator Johnson, to start off with that point, man, I'm not going to fight you on that. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you. I think that's what Doge was about. That's what we started out. That's what we starting out trying to do. You see what I'm saying? We started out trying to cut the budget, waste and spending. America has a deficit problem, a debt problem. So, Senator Johnson, I say you got the right. You starting off right. Wisconsin senior senator has been openly critical of his House colleagues' approach to the party line spending legislation, which aims to extend President Donald Trump's first term tax cuts, as well as a bevy of other Republican domestic priorities. Instead, he made a case for pushing a series of smaller bills, including a clean, permanent extension of the 2017 tax cuts and a short-term increase to the debt limit. So, guys, understand that here, Senator Ron Johnson, he isn't necessarily opposing the big, beautiful bill or President Trump's bill. You see what I'm saying? He's just he's in opposition of the way President Trump is attempting to do it in one bill. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna stop for a second, and me and Senator Johnson, we gonna get into a debate on his positions. Okay, Senator Johnson, number one, President Trump is the leader of the Republican Party. I don't think we don't have no arguments about that, right? He reformed the Republican Party into MAGA. Okay, and the president for a reason. Okay, so Senator Johnson, you just remember that, sir. No disrespect, but if you ran for president, what would happen? Okay, he only wants one bill. So President Trump says he wants one big, beautiful bill. Senator Johnson, I know you say that might be difficult to get it done. I guess y'all got to hash that out. I just know what the president said. Number two, I agree with his assessment of our need to reduce spending. That is necessary. Completely necessary. However, Senator Johnson, the issue I have is how can you reduce spending by cutting your revenue, y'all? Let's talk about it, okay? Trickle down economics, okay? Guys, all that information I gave you was for this argument that we're about to get into right now, okay? So, Mr. Senator says that America is spending too much money. I agree. So, at the same time, Mr. Senator says that he knows President Trump promised no tax on overtime. He knows President Trump promised no tax on tips. And he knows President Trump promised no tax on Social Security. But America is spending too much. But he want to break up the big, beautiful bill, and he want to do the tax cuts. The tax cuts for the rich. Y'all, this is why the Republican Party implodes right now. Steve Bannon, he gets it. He understands that the majority of the people who voting, who get Medicaid, guess who they voted for? Senator Johnson. That's why the Republicans can't never keep no positions nowhere. Because you want to cut the people's programs. And these are your voters. These are your voters that voted for you, and you want to cut their programs. I'm sorry, Miss Lisa, but this is, you need to call this senator. If you're not from Wisconsin, I ain't even trying to remember his name. His name is Senator Ron Johnson. Senator Ron Johnson, first of all, he going against President Trump and saying he want to break up a bill that President Trump said he want altogether. That's number one. Number two, then he's saying he want to do the tax cut. He's saying we spending too much, but he want to pass the tax cuts for the rich. You say, Ghost, you got something against the rich? Nah, let's do this. Mr. Johnson, Senator Johnson, okay? According to the CBO, the Congressional Budget Office, I mean, come on, guys. That's about as neutral as we could get, right? Reported on March the 24th that extending and revising various provisions from the TCJA, that's the tax cuts that we got right now, would boost debt in fiscal year 2054 from 166% GDP under the CBO's March 24 baseline to 214% of GDP on a dynamic basis. You say, Ghost, man, you talking all that. We don't understand that number stuff. What does that mean? Based on these estimates, the CBO find that extending President Trump's tax cuts will add 4.5 trillion to the debt in 10 years. So we're going to stop right there. Bro, you can't be dishonest to the American people, bro. Senator Johnson, we're going to stop right there because it's politicians like you, bro. You like an enigma to America, not just the Republican Party, to America. Because, see, the American people, they don't understand this. And we hear people on CNN trying to explain it. They trying to explain it on MSNBC. Nobody don't understand what's going on because it's just so much. But let me tell you what's going on. So Senator Johnson saying that he wants to reduce spending. He's speaking for the Senate, for the Republicans. He's saying he a third-term senator, a senior senator from Wisconsin. He said the Republican standpoint is that they want to go back to pre-pandemic spending, which I agree. So why should we be spending the same amount of money that we were spending during the pandemic, especially when we have a deficit that we have 37, 38 trillion. So I agree with that. So he said the way we do it is to give tax cuts to the rich. Well, according to the CBO, Mr. Senator, that's not the way you do it. According to the Congressional Budget Office, extending them tax cuts to the rich people is going to add 4.5 trillion to the debt in 10 years. So actually what you're doing is you're spending more money. You're not spending less. What you cutting? That's what I'm saying. You're saying we need to reduce spending. We need to spend less money. Where you spend less money giving tax cuts to rich people ain't spending less money, sir. Let's be real. Can you comprehend that, sir? Let me explain. Let me do it like this. You know how them smart people are, bro. You feel me? That's why President Trump, like, you need ghosts, man, because them smart people, they too smart. Senator can't explain it. Let me explain it. So let's just say, Mr. Senator, you got a business and you making $1 million a year, okay? And you spending 1.7 million, Mr. Senator. So, Mr. Senator, you see, and I see the same thing, that you spending too much money. You spending more money than you making. Simple economics. You putting out more than you bringing in. It's just a matter of time that's going to fail. Okay? So, Mr. Senator, he understands that. Here's Mr. Senator's solution to the problem. Mr. Senator says he's going to take a product that will not increase in sales volume. Understand that. Okay, I'm going to cut the price on this and we're going to sell more product of this so we're going to make more money. No, that's not how that goes. Mr. Senator has a business that makes $1 million a year. He's spending 1.7. So he says this is how he going to fix his business. Say he got a TV that is his highest selling product, and he making $1,000 off of it. Mr. Senator said he gonna cut the price of it to $800. That don't make no sense on no station, on no channel, on no radio, on nowhere, bruh. Look, how you gonna reduce your spending by cutting your revenue? How does that ever reduce spending? By cutting revenue. You're going to decrease the amount of money that you bring in as a business. I'm trying to say it every way I can say it so you can understand it. Say I'm selling cars and I'm spending more money than I'm bringing in. So the way I fix that is by taking in less money, bro. You got it, bro. Like, it's like they talking to, man, who you talking to, bro? You can't be doing this. And then it's like when you get the tax cuts, what them tax cuts doing? Who is them tax cuts helping? And on top of that, you talking about cutting a poor person's program to pay for that. Bro, you cannot be serious, bro. Guys, this news story I'm about to give you right now was provided to you by CNN on May 9th. President Trump said he's open to hiking taxes on wealthy Americans. Thank the Lord. See, Senator Johnson, that's why you aren't the president and he is. No disrespect. See, Senator Johnson, that's why the Republicans would have continued with a regular Republican and a regular Democrat. I'm talking about the Bush-era Republicans and the Obama-era Democrats. Them Democrats, you won't stand a chance against them because you talking like this. I'm going to go cut the people's programs to provide a tax cut. Well, I'm saying I'm saving money, but it's adding more money to the deficit, bro. We have America, we have to rid ourselves of that trickery. I don't care where it's coming from, Republican, Democrat, it don't matter. I don't know what kind of system. I'm not really in politics, so I don't know what they got going on. Maybe that's the way they do it. The politicians do it to get money, to be corrupt. But thank God for President Trump, because he said he's open to hiking taxes on wealthy Americans. I'm going to stop right there. Now, where you hear that from? Where you see that at? Who done ever heard that from? Listen, Senator, what's his name? You feel me? Senator Johnson, you need to watch some CNN. CNN need to do an interview with you. So one of them reporters could say, hey, we did a story on President Trump on May 9th, he said he want to raise taxes on rich Americans. What you think about that? Put that in your little calculator, Mr. Smart financial guy, and figure that out. And if you raise taxes on rich Americans, how can you cut spending by doing that? That's a thought. Say, Ghost, we don't believe in raising taxes. Oh, Mr. Senator say he don't believe in raising taxes, y'all. Let's keep going then, okay? So President Trump said he want to raise taxes. He thinks it's a good idea. It'll help pay for our tax cuts and spending cuts package. But you know the GOP ain't for that. But 1.5 trillion you short just to pay for your tax cuts. Make it make sense. We need to reduce spending. So how I'm gonna do that is I got $1.5 trillion Ghost that we finna pass to the American people in the stimulus. Hey, Ghost, we need to reduce spending, but you know what I'm saying? The grocery price is so high and my fellow Americans are struggling. And I recognize as a Republican that the majority of people making $50,000 or less, those food stamp voters are our voters now. The working class voters are our voters now. So, Mr. Ghost, me understanding that 1.5 trillion, we need to spend that to give to the people for a stimulus. That ain't what he's saying. They saying they need to come up with 1.5 trillion for tax cuts. Now, I'm not against President Trump's economic plan. He ain't either. That's why he said he opened a hike in taxes to pay wealthy Americans. President Trump just want what's going to work. That's what he want, what's going to work for America. The maturation of Donald J. Trump. I think if President Trump, y'all pause with me on the news and the story. I just want to give you some insight as I get these thoughts. I like sharing them with people. I think if President Trump would have did 2017 to 2021 and started in 2021, did Joe Biden's term, and this term Joe Biden would have started, you know what I'm saying, did 2 consecutive terms, I don't think he would have been as great of a president as he is right now, as he's becoming, as he is today. I think him doing them 4 years and sit back for 4 years and preparing to possibly do 4 more. And when he came back this time, bro, the level of experience that he has plugged in with that position. You see what I'm saying? Omar, what's up, baby? Good morning. Good morning. As y'all come in, make sure y'all double tap the screen for your boy. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell too for me. Yeah, man, I think President Trump, man, him not serving 2 consecutive terms, him getting that 4 years off, I think that helped him a lot in his thinking. Because he understands this ain't about no party, this is about America. And if this is about America, we know that if I raise the taxes on the rich, that's going to help me pay for my tax cuts. He also made a promise to the people, no tax on tips, no tax on OT, and no tax on Social Security. I don't hear Representative Johnson saying nothing about that, guys. I promise y'all, if it weren't for President Trump, this is the point where you Republicans explode. You know what? Listen, I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to say this. As a matter of fact, just thinking about President T, like I'm going to say, if I was President T, I wouldn't have wanted to went through Congress either. Because seeing what I see right now, bro, how many bills have Congress had? What y'all been doing all year? What has Congress done all year, y'all? What resolutions, what bills they passed? Y'all, somebody look that up for me, Omar or Miss Tammy, and spam it below in the stream. What Congress been doing? They ain't been doing nothing. So President Trump give you one assignment and you struggling. You trying to come up with $1.5 trillion for tax cuts. 1.5 trillion. Oh yeah, we need that, Ghost. We finna give an American Rescue Package. Nah, that's not what they're trying to do. Senator Johnson and the Republicans, they're not even talking about the no tax on tips, no tax on OT, or no tax on Social Security. You know why they not? Because that's not their promise. That was President Trump's promise to the people, man. You say, Ghost, you tripping. Oh, am I tripping? Medicare rights, y'all look it up. That's my source. Story, April the 3rd. Put Medicare rights in Google. Budget resolution. Budget resolution set stage for significant cuts to Medicare, Medicaid, and the ACA. What? We standing up right now. We standing up right now. Look, Elon and them came in there and they did that cut. Remember, they trimmed that off the budget. That was great, Elon, y'all. That was great, President Trump. That was great. We needed that. I don't care how they hate on you. I don't care if he only cut 200 billion, 165 billion, whatever, hundreds of billions of dollars off the budget. If he could do that every single year, in 4 years, that's almost $1 trillion. That's half of his goals. So whatever he cutting off the budget, great job. Okay, it's not enough it's not 4.5 trillion if you want to extend the tax cuts. Listen, I don't have no problem with no tax cuts. I got a video coming out called The American Hustler, y'all. If you guys did not know it, President Trump went over there to Saudi Arabia. Welcome to the kingdom. Salute your royal highness. He went over there to Saudi Arabia and he got more hundreds and hundreds of billions. We're not going to do that stream till Saturday because he probably going to walk away from the Middle East with $1 trillion. I hear people hating on President Trump. They hating on Eric. They hating on Don Jr., saying they over there building Trump towers all over Saudi Arabia. Stop being a hater. Go get you a business and get you some Trump towers and build them over Saudi Arabia and get you some money. Because, Omar, if you listen to me, we going to get some money with President Trump. Let him get money. I'm not a hater. I don't care nothing about President Trump get as much money as he wants to. As a matter of fact, they talking about MAGA media. Y'all, let me explain something to you. You got to understand the customs of these people. This man, President Trump said 1 million jobs he could get from the Middle East. I believe him. He in bed with him, climb all the way in bed with him. President Trump, when you climbing in that bed with them, just make sure you drape an American flag around you, baby. You hear me? President Trump, when you climb in the bed with them, just make sure you draped in the American flag. You go get that money from them Arabs, man. And you bring that money home to your people, man. You feed your people like Robin Hood. Welcome to the kingdom. People, they hating on President Trump. I'm not hating on them. If President Trump, if they want to give you a $400 million jet and we can make that work, then hey, that's just what that is. If we can make that work legally, that's just what that is. How I'm going to tell these people they offer me a gift like that and I'm going to say no? You don't understand their customs. That's y'all problem. Y'all Americans are ignorant. Y'all spoiled, y'all lazy, and y'all selfish. If these people, oh, this their custom. So I'm going over there. Malaikum salam. I'm a salam alaikum. Excuse me, y'all. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. And I'm going over here, they customs. I don't believe in bowing to no man but God, but this is their custom. You got to bow to the state. That's their customs. So in their customs, that, hey, Mr. President, we want to give you a $400 million jet. Oh, really? You do? Why, thank you, mister. I'm not going to tell them no. I'm going to come back home and see if I could take the jet. If I could get the jet, I'm going to take the jet. Which one of y'all wouldn't take a $400 million jet? See, y'all, somebody didn't tell you, boy, I'm a chief litigator, boy. I'll call you. I'm going to call you on you. I'm going to call you like they ain't going to call you. I'm going to call you on it. You know you want that $400 million jet too. I'm just not a hater. I'm not going to hate on that man. Let that man do what he do. You see what I'm saying? But let's get back to the news, guys. Let's get back to the news. Now, here's the news. Senator Johnson, I was talking to you a little bit earlier. I would like for you to come back because I need to talk to you a little bit more. Good morning, Miss Lori. Good morning, baby. Hadn't seen you in a while. As y'all come in, make sure y'all double tap that screen for me. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Guys, we talking about that big, beautiful bill. And we talking about Senator Johnson, and we talking about them tax cuts for the wealthy. Now, listen to me. Democrats say that only the top 1% will get 83% of the tax cuts under the new law. Listen to me. Those tax cuts right now, they're trying to extend tax cuts that I believe they passed in 2017? They want to extend those tax cuts, okay? So under the new law, the Democrats say that the top 1% get 83% of the tax cuts. Do y'all believe that? I'm fair and I'm unbiased. I'm going to tell you the truth. Here's my source. And I believe this source. And I'm going to tell you why when I finish. An Urban Brookings Tax Policy Center analysis. Urban Brookings Tax Policy. I want y'all to get this. What they say, Ghost? They said extending all of the TCJA, that's President Trump, his tax cuts, concluded on average all income groups would get a tax cut. Oh, Miss Lori, so was the Democrats wrong? So you telling me that these tax cuts, the Democrats wrong? They trying to say CNN and MSNBC is wrong. I'm going to give a tax cut to, and it's not benefiting. So they saying that it's going to benefit all Americans. Oh, really? Y'all know Ghost. I read through all of the stories to bring y'all the source, and I found this one. This is the one I want. It's the most interesting. What they talking about? The report claims 20% of income earners. So that means if you make between $65,100 and $116,400, well, the report claims that 20% of these people will see a tax cut. Ghost, how much of a tax cut they gonna get? How much, Ghost? $1,000 in 2027? What? 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 You said how much? $1,000? So if I make between $65,000 and $120,000 off those tax cuts that the Dems say is benefit none but the rich, they saying I'm gonna get $1,000. $1,000 ain't enough to pay for them tariff increases, and I'm not hating on President Trump because we need them tariffs. You hear me? America need that money. We need that money. We need them tariffs. He make that work. But we talking to them Republicans. So 1,000 go okay. So 1,000. If you make between 65,000 and 116,000, you're gonna get $1,000 tax cut. Okay, so what about President Trump's voters that made under 50,000 a year? We're gonna talk about the Medicaid, y'all, and the Medicare. We're gonna get to that in just a second. Let's talk about President Trump's voters that made under $50,000 a year. Goes the Democrats saying they ain't getting no benefit out of it. Oh yeah, they gonna get a benefit. What's their tax cut? $273. What? $273. So that means Senator Johnson fighting to find 1.5 trillion to help the American people. Ghost, how he finna help the American people? Oh, if you make less than 50,000 a year, they're gonna give you a $275 tax cut. Okay, hold up, Ghost. Here's the kicker. Taxpayer making over $1 million a year, how much of a tax break they gonna get? 78,000. So let me get this right. Senator Johnson, a third-term Wisconsin senator, said we don't need President Trump's big, beautiful bill. We need to separate the bills up. Okay, this his words now, according to Politico. He said on March 14th, Politico, this his words. We need to separate the bills. So, Senator Johnson, you're going to separate the bills? How we, yeah, because we spending too much. Oh, you spending too much? Yeah, we gonna extend the tax cuts. Oh, Senator Johnson, you know that adds 4.5 trillion to the debt. You're not spending less, you spending more by taking in less revenue. Oh yeah, I know that though. We know that though already, but it helps all Americans. It don't just help the rich Americans like them old Democrats on CNN and MSNBC saying, you know, it helps all Americans. Oh, it do. How does it help all Americans? Well, you gotta research it, Ghost. You give tax breaks to all American. Okay. So you under 50,000, you getting $273. We talking about Miss Lori in 2025 with 18 eggs costing $6. What I'm gonna do with $273? You can't even pay your car note with that. You might could pay a light bill and some stuff. I ain't complaining, but I'm just saying though. Somebody making over $1 million, they getting a $78,000 tax break. What does a 78? What does someone making over $1 million need a $78,000? Let me hold up, goes up in here tripping, Miss Lori. Miss Lori, you gotta explain this to me. Now, Jeff Bezos, Elon, y'all know I ain't hating on y'all because y'all go see that video. I told President Trump he need to take people with him who know how to get money, not people who don't know how to get money. So all the rich people, if you go into a rich place to get money, Elon can't speak Arabian, but they could speak his language because they both speak money language. I ain't hating on no rich man. Miss Lord, here's my point. Elon, what you need $78,000? Elon don't need $78,000, bro. On the tax cut, he make that in interest in a second. He making more than that in the interest on his money in a second. So, Senator Johnson, why are you fighting so hard to give Elon a $78,000 tax break? He don't even want it. He don't need it. Senator Johnson, why are you fighting so hard to give Jeff Bezos a $78,000 tax break? He don't want it. He don't need it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I know millionaires, a bunch of them. Bro, I probably know more black millionaires than you thought was in America. I know probably 6 or 7 of them in Mississippi. I'm talking about personally, boy. Most of these men, they don't need no $78,000, bro. That's not the bad part. Here's the bad part. The bad part is is that Senator Johnson is going to start looking for things to cut to give that $78,000 tax break to a man who don't need it. Ghost, you're not being all the way. Oh, I sure like. A lot of them the businesses, yeah, they go to help them. It's and they'll hire people and they'll have extra money, yeah, all that. But we talking about the people. We talking about the people. Let the politicians argue for the politicians or for the corporate. I'm not into arguing for no corporations. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not gonna hate on no rich people. I'm not hating on Elon and them. Get the money. That's what they do. But Elon don't need a $78,000 tax break. You don't believe me? Go ask him. CNN, go put a camera in his face. He might answer that question differently because he don't want to hurt the Republican Party of President Trump. But I'm talking about realistically. I don't know him personally, but I work for him and I've seen and heard enough of, he ain't interested in your $78,000 tax break, Senator Johnson. Nice try, though. You might have some people in your district, though, huh? That how Senator Johnson, how much? That's what we gonna start doing. Senator Johnson, how much money you worth? You a third-term senator? How much money you worth? Because I'm trying to figure out why would you be fighting to give Elon a $78,000 tax break and you want to take health care from a poor old woman? That's what it sounds like, bruh. It don't matter. Look, we could get that. Look, I'm a political strategist. This is the point where Republicans implode. You better thank God you got President Trump and thank God you got Elon. Thank God you got some men who really ain't politicians. They really ain't Republicans. Really ain't. You feel me? It's just the Democratic Party pushed them away, so that's where they ended up at. But they free-thinking men. To have President Trump saying we need to raise the taxes on the rich because he understands this. He's starting to understand the numbers. To hear Steve Bannon say that, Steve Bannon understand what's going on. This ain't no MAGA populist. This is a MAGA common sense. Anybody with common sense could come up with the same numbers and the same figures. Make it make sense. Them rich people do not need no tax break. So he looking for 1.5 trillion to cut. President Trump said, y'all, they ain't cutting Medicaid. End of story. So what's the senator talking about? President Trump said they're not cutting Medicaid. What we talking about? President Trump, you smart. Because you could give the Republicans 2026 and 2028 if you don't mess with them programs. Because if you cut Medicaid, I promise you, you're going to make somebody mad. They're going to come get you. They're going to come see about you. In 2026, when they go to that voting booth, they're going to see about that. This is where the Republicans always implode. Instead of calling it the big, beautiful bill, I should have called this stream, this is where the Republicans implode. Because that's exactly what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. You got the poor voters voting for you, and you talking about, oh, we need to save $1.5 trillion, so we want to give Jeff Bezos a $78,000 tax break that he don't need. How many people will Elon hire with $78,000? Since trickle-down economics, you believe, so you giving these people a $78,000 tax break. How many people Elon going to hire with a $78,000 tax break? But do you understand? He don't understand. When you 78,000, he don't understand that kind of, bro, that man make more than that in a second, boy. 78, well, that's what I'm saying. Who you giving the rich people tax breaks? The reason why you doing this, you don't know it and understand it, but you sinking your party, bro. Because the people, y'all got, look, Elon, he get this. President Trump probably got it a little bit more before he got into politics, but people or business people or people, they get this who ain't in politics. They understand this. Look, the people just watching. Them people they don't care nothing about no budget, GDP, BDO, CBO. They don't care about none of that. They know when they go in that grocery store and they buy them eggs, boy, they buying the water. How much this Pure Life water? That mama got a budget, her own budget. She don't believe in spending more money than she make. Some Americans are like that. That's how a lot of Americans get rich, because they manage their money. So she know I was paying $1.50 for this, but not it's $2.20. It's the same water. Ain't nothing changed. It ain't like now the water green. It ain't like now I could drink the water and I get superpowers and I'm going to just grow a vest and I'm going to fly away. It's the same bottle of water, but it costs 60 cents more. It don't make no sense. That's what she care about. She don't care about no CBO. Senator Johnson still don't get it. The Republicans still don't get it. I see why y'all look at President Trump like your messiah, because he came and saved y'all party, because it's like they just, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if somebody lacking intelligence, if y'all not able to do the numbers, you can't make it understand, or you just corrupt to where you want to feel like you going to give a man who don't need that tax break. Walmart don't need a $78,000 tax break, bruh. The people need the $78,000 tax break. Senator Johnson, if you want it, he said, oh, we ain't got to worry about stimulating no economy. We got an economy stimulator. Listen to me. We ain't got to worry about it stimulating the economy no more. Who our president is? This man running all over the world picking up money. He done picked, listen, y'all, okay, listen, we're going to do this real quick so you can understand where I'm coming from. He picked up about 9 trillion. Oh, yeah, Ghost, I'm not finished, though, Ghost. I'm going to just, and we going to hustle this out. We banging out. I'm going to set a record. President T said he trying to touch 100 trillion in investments. Oh, Ghost, I didn't hear him say that. Oh, he's saying it right now on Legal Wars Live. In 4 years, we trying to touch 100 trillion. Something you ain't never heard. I'm talking about something that's going to reform the entire world. I'm talking about stomp a mud hole in the rest of the world, competition, the next 10 economy. I want the poorest state in America. I want it to be the number 2 economy in the world. The poorest state in America to be richer than our next competitors. Economics. We got an economic businessman. We trying to stomp the world. The American hustle, baby. 100 trillion. Let's get it. So my first stop, I'm going to go to where all the money at. His second stop need to be Putin's palace. Now let me stop. I ain't hating on you, President Putin, because you need to come to the table. But listen, my first stop, I'm going to go where the money at. You know what I'm saying? I've been sending Don and them over there, so we getting ready. So I'm getting welcome to the king, baby. It's the American hustle. Trump. He walked back with $1 trillion. How many jobs he got for Americans? Because every one of them investments, he bringing jobs. He not depending on no politics in America to build an economy and get jobs. He doing it himself with the investments. You see what I'm saying? So President Trump over there in the Middle East, and we got these clowns over here trying to pass a budget resolution. They don't know what they doing, bro. President Trump gonna have to come back and get these clowns in order, man. I'm gonna get some of y'all in here. Lori is saying, oh, we're under Trump's tax cuts. Yeah, we under President Trump's tax cuts. 2017, they ain't never changed. Not once. These are President Trump's tax cuts. 10,000%. Y'all, if y'all in here, make sure y'all double tap the screen, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Also, guys, if y'all want to donate to the channel, super chat, super thanks, super stickers, they start at 99 cents. Just hit that button below with the $sign in it, and your donations are much appreciated. Mr. Waffle says Lori forgot about Bidenomics and stopping. But this is the thing about that, Waffle. We can't do that no more. We can't do that, Waffle. Waffle. I'm saying, listen, President Trump don't need to focus on why President Trump gonna worry about what Joe Biden doing or what he did or didn't. We don't need to talk about Joe Biden. We're going to talk about that 800 billion from Qatar and from Saudi Arabia. We're going to talk about all them Boeing planes that Qatar is ordering and the military equipment that America is selling and making money. And we're going to talk about President Trump about to announce a new trade deal, a framework for a new trade deal so he could pump that stock market up to that Dow up, the index up to 43 or 44. We talking about the golden age, man. What President Biden did, President Biden, he did his time. His time came and his time left. We gonna let the Democrats deal with that. That's how I feel. I'm not a Democrat. If I was a Democrat, I'd be speaking on that situation. For real, hard. Because I think I know what was going on with President Biden and behind the scenes and who was really running the show. But I'm not a Democrat, so how I'm going to speak on that? That's not my business. That's how I look at that. They're going to hash that out. President Biden came out and said that was his fault. But what I'm saying is what he did hurt VP Harris and the party. He could try to say all he wants to that. But like I said, I'm not a Democrat, though. But President Biden, y'all ain't got to worry about that. All y'all got to do is push President Trump and Elon to the side and let Wisconsin senior Senator Ron Johnson, put him on the microphone. And I guarantee you, if you keep Senator Ron Johnson talking nationally, Democrats, that's all you need is to go to Politico and get his story and post it everywhere. You hear Senator Ron Johnson talking about cutting Medicaid or finding a way to pay for a $78,000 tax cut to a man who don't even want it or need it. And you hear AOC over there talking about, I'm talking about, bro, I watched AOC on TV, boy, she was about to come to fisticuffs. That girl about that. Bro, man, look, I'm going to tell you like this. Look, I'm going to say a couple things, y'all, and then we're going to get ready to wind down. I'm going to say this about AOC. I'm going to just say a couple things, y'all. Like seeing that girl or that woman, I'm saying a woman, but, seeing AOC fight like that for her constituents, for Medicaid and Medicare, saying that, oh, no, you can't cut their programs, and she ready to go off and fight. I mean, bro, she ready to come to fisticuffs. Oh, you ain't touching that program. She calling shots. I don't care what Democrat y'all said that is top in anything. AOC running that, boy. I promise you, her words just carry more weight in Congress. You feel me? You got Senator Johnson talking about cutting Medicaid, and you talking about AOC talking about saving it. So who you think gonna win in the election? Y'all better be glad y'all got President Trump. Tax the rich. Yeah, he's smart. He's saving his party politically. His whole party, even the ones who trying to give Elon that tax break he don't want. And taking I mean, I don't know really too much I could say, y'all. That's why I never registered as a Republican. I don't get the concept or the thought process behind me giving a man a tax break who don't need it to take money from the less fortunate. I mean, bro, really to me, you just a pretty much a corrupt criminal. You taking money from the people who put you in that position to give money to a rich man who donated to your campaign. Give him $78,000. I could see if you was taking money, you taking grandma's health care card and you taking her lunch to give the rich man $1 billion. You giving him $78,000. You giving him something you don't need. He don't need. That's like you trying to give me sunscreen. I don't need sunscreen, brother. You trying to give a rich man something he don't need. It's not like you giving, okay, so we going to help you create jobs, Walmart. So we're going to give y'all $1 million tax break. So $78,000. If you make over $1 million, you're going to get $78,000 to extra $1,000 to do what? What rich man y'all know go out there and waste money? You give a rich man a stimulus, he going to probably put that money in the bank with the rest of his money. You feel what I'm saying? The people who you give a poor person a stimulus, they going to go buy some Jordans tomorrow. I'm on my way. Y'all going to go give me some new Jordans. You feel what I'm saying? That's what a poor man going to do. You give a rich man a stimulus, he probably going to save it, invest it or something. I don't know, y'all. Make it make sense. I don't understand it. Me personally, I have no clue why, what, when, where. But Senator Johnson, though, if I could interview him, I would, and I would, and I would. Timmy says Trump is nothing but a grifter and a criminal. Why you say that, Timmy? I strongly disagree with you. Miss Tammy, I strongly disagree with you. I do not agree with you. I'm going to give you your voice, though. I believe in that. You can't silence the voices of the people. Let the people speak. I'm a litigator. I believe in letting them speak. If you silence them, that energy just going to rise back up. But Miss Tammy, I want to see why you say he a grifter and a criminal. I just want to know that. I gotta see what you talking about, Miss Tammy, because you know what I'm saying. Your boy Ghost here, because of his Bitcoins and him taking a free plane, he didn't take the plane. He asked for permission. If I'm gonna take the plane, I mean, I know it's kind of hard to hide a $400 million plane, but if I was gonna do it, I'll just wait. Hey, y'all, we're gonna hold it, get Don and them to go hold it in Saudi Arabia, and as soon as I get out the White House. He didn't do it like that. He said, hey, y'all, they offered me a $400 million plane. Who in this stream don't want that plane? Oh, the law say you can't take no gifts. He asking, Stoops. I'm not talking to you, Miss Tammy, but he asking. He putting it out there. Hey, I'm flying over here. These people saying, hey, y'all the richest nation in the world. You flying over here in this 1922 airplane. I don't nobody care. See, that's how I'm going to talk to you like it is. President Trump don't try to, I'm going to tell you like it is. That plane is not up to the standards of an American president. You don't have no pride? Have thee no pride in America? He over there flying with these people got gold. Bro, y'all just don't understand what's going on. This man is over there. These people got gold. This trend right here is gold. Everything they got is gold. And he flying in a 1922 Boeing 2, man, like what? They said, oh, you don't understand how sophisticated it is, Ghost, but President Trump don't want to be in the plane. And it's so... It means so much to the man, bro, that the cutter, well, whoever they say, hey, we got a $400 million plane. How is he a criminal? Because he said that he didn't. I could see if you said they found a plane in his back pocket. Hold on a second, y'all. Here go President Trump, y'all. Hey, President Trump turned around and his suit cocktail put up, and look, it was a $400 million plane in his back pocket, man. Come on, man. They didn't find a plane in his back pocket. He came forward and said, bro, people hate to me on him so hard. That's just hating. They offered me a $400 million plane. They didn't offer Joe Biden no plane. They didn't offer who? Did they offer President Obama a plane? I love you, President O, but I'm just going to be real. They didn't offer them no plane. They ain't doing no business with them people. You feel what I'm saying? President Obama and them, they politicians. President Trump, a businessman. It make common sense. Omar, who I'm going to send over there to get money? Oh, we got to do it by the right. We got to do this by the man, bro, you feel me? Who I'm going to send to go get the money? I'm going to send people who know how to get money. Elon know how to get money. Jeff Bezos, I mean, they're not trying to make the deal with nobody like me. You gonna send Ghost? I'm gonna send Ghost over there. I believe Ghost is a Christian and he's a legal dude and he knows that I'm gonna send Ghost. Ghost ain't gonna get you no money. Yeah, so I don't agree with that. I agree with him getting as much money as he can legally, his wife getting as much money as they can legally, his children. Because you know what? If I was in that position, I would be doing it. And if you was in that position, you would be doing it too. Legally. Any kind of money he could get legally. Get your money, President T. Just don't forget about the people. Don't touch the people's programs. Protect the people and their rights, and make sure the people eat. We Gucci. Yeah, he gets to keep the plane. It's a gift. They gave him a gift. Who's hating on somebody for this? What I'm saying, I don't understand that. Okay, so CNN reports. I'm reporting that President Trump a $400 million gift. That's their job to do that. That's their job. That's the people's voice. How will we know what's going on if they don't tell us? So he's saying $400 million gift. Okay, so we know that he's trying to get but they offered him the plane. Somebody offered me a $400 million plane. I'm going to try to take it. I hire lawyers just so I could get that plane. It's a gift. I want to give you a $400 million plane. Oh, Ghost, what I'm saying is we don't know what favors he got to do the plane. Bro, you know how many politicians, that's politics. I talked to an FBI agent one time and he told me, he said, listen, man, he said, everybody, they're humans, they're going to be corruption. All humans is corruption. He said it's about maintaining and controlling. It's politics. You think that every gift that President Obama got from somebody he told y'all about, that's because you feel me? Every President Obama, if I could talk to him, President Obama, between me and you, mano y mano, I love you to death. I think you're a great man. Great politician. Mano y mano. You told the American people or reported every single gift you ever got. No, you did not. Ain't nobody is. I'm a law person. I'm a legal person. You got to understand the fairness of a situation. That helps you in your argument. If you take a wrong angle in your argument, you're going to lose. That's why I hardly ever lose arguments. Like President Trump taking that angle with Harvard Law, I don't think that's a winning angle. I spoke on that. I'm not going to take an angle that I know I'm going to lose in unless it's set. Listen, football, misdirection. I'll run a play that I know I'm only going to get a yard. He's not going nowhere. I know I'm doing it on purpose. Because the next time I'm going to fake it to him and I'm going to go the other way. If you setting up, but I'm saying to run a play that you know you're going to lose on. I don't know, Miss Timmy. That's how I feel. I feel like let the man get the money. As long as you get yours. As long as I get mine. As long as you don't cut Medicaid and Medicare. As long as you give tax on tips. Y'all, I'm going to tell y'all a story and then we're going to go to the break. We're finna get out of here. President Trump, I wish I could speak to you personally, okay? No, Tammy, we're not paying for the rich to have more. Look, Tammy, I'm gonna ask you as a moderator. Oh, you already are. I'm sorry. Tammy, we're not paying for the rich to know. We don't believe in that. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all Miss Tammy, stop that. I'm gonna tell y'all a story, okay? Look, so about 3-4 days ago, I went in the gas station. I always do this, bro. I talk to the people. Like I had just watched a news story, like a CNN story that was talking about the tax on tips situation. You know what I'm saying? Like the no taxes and stuff like that. President Trump, like. So I went in there and I started talking to her. She worked the overnight shift, so I know on that overnight shift, she probably working overtime. And sure enough, she was working overtime. So she getting about $600 every 2 weeks on overtime. You know how much they taxing her for off that, right? About 300. They taking about half of that, 50% of that overtime. And she getting 20 hours of overtime every 2 weeks. 20 hours. Over $600. And they taking 50% of it. So if President Trump passes that no tax on overtime, she getting a $300 raise every 2 weeks instantly. Y'all thought about that yet? CNN, we ain't talking about that yet. Fox, we ain't talking about that yet. I'm saying, y'all, we ain't talking about that. No tax on overtime. I know, because I used to, and the people that work, there's people who work mandatory overtime every week. Without their overtime, they don't make it. So it's people who, like this woman at this gas station, okay, she getting $600 to $700 every 2 weeks. She getting $1,500 plus every check in overtime, and they taking half of it. So when he passed that law, $750 a month cash instantly. Ooh, no tax on tips. How many servers in here? Cocktail waitresses, bartenders. No tax on Social Security, man. You got to do things for the people. See what I'm saying? Elon might not understand that. Jeff Bezos don't understand that. That's why you got people like ghosts around you who will tell you stories to where it's people's lives that those policies, no tax on overtime, that was a great idea. Whoever came up with that, that woman gonna feel that in her pocket immediately. $300 every 2 weeks. That's like that's a stimulus beyond stimulus. Count the money she gonna make on that no tax on overtime. So those policies President Trump is putting forth can help people. They're so important. Big, beautiful bill. Look it up. They aren't giving tax cuts on overtimes and tips. I just watched the and they said, no, look it up. I don't know, Miss Timmy. We're going to find out. It's not done yet. They're still negotiating. I don't know how they're going to pay for it. But all I'm saying is if they mess this bill up, though, those investments don't matter if people don't care. And they only care about their personal life. I keep trying to tell people that. People are trying to make the American people care about what you think they care about. You can't make them care about what you think they care about. You got to go talk to them, find out what they care about, and then say what they care about. I talk to them all the time. They care about their personal finances. So if you get to cut Medicaid and you don't deliver on campaign promises, then, but Miss Tammy, we're going to have to see that. I believe President Trump going to deliver on them promises because he always does. And I think in the end, if he have to reach across the aisle and make a concession with a lawmaker or two, I think he'll do that. The Democrats would be upset. They're going to go, but you know what I'm saying? We just got to grab our popcorn and pray and let it play itself out. Tammy says that President Trump is a liar. Miss Tammy, I just tend to disagree with you. I don't agree with that. I don't believe that he tells the truth all the time, but that's what I'm saying. Don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. Every politician's like that, Miss Tammy. He's not really a politician. I'm just calling it like I see it. All politicians lie. Show me one that don't. All human beings lie. I don't know. It's just the way you look at it. Y'all appreciate y'all time. I ask that y'all please double tap that screen for me. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell, guys. I'm finna put on one of them videos. I got videos, guys, on the channel. Excuse me. Y'all go check them out. Y'all think that some people might be misconstrued and think that I'm a MAGA person. I'm not a MAGA person. I'm an independent. I just believe in what President Trump is doing. You know what I'm saying? And the stuff that he doesn't, I don't agree with, like I speak on it, you know? But, I mean, President Trump came out and said that he want to believe in taxing the rich. The Republicans don't never say stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think President Trump came back in the second term. He's in a different space than members of his own party. President Trump finna get in the stratosphere, baby. We talking about legendary status. You're gonna have to salute him. You feel me? Yeah. When I finish, all the black people gonna love him. And even CNN ain't gonna have no problem with him. He ain't gonna have no problem with CNN either. Y'all let me loose. That's what's gonna happen. Everybody gonna get along. Cause I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna tell you your spot. Senator Johnson, you dead wrong. Get in your spot. You feel me? And I don't see how you win in elections in Wisconsin like that. In Wisconsin of all places, talking about what? You gonna what? Nah, you wrong. That's what I would do. I'll just give everybody their spot. President Trump got a chance to be legendary, man. That's what we on. Whatever good for America. Screw a party. Elon don't really, nobody care about no party, man. Get that money. Get money. Protect the homeland. Feed the people. Tell me where I'm wrong at, y'all. The truth dealer, y'all, I'm going to play the video again. President Trump in his own words. Y'all make sure y'all go watch the videos, like the videos, watch this video, like this video, y'all. I'll be back in like 2-3 minutes, guys, to give y'all the outro. Love every last one of y'all.
Man, I'm a pretty honest dude, man. Everybody don't about sometimes. Man, I'm a legendary, bro. So say if a business, organization, or a person ain't doing the right thing, and I know what doing the right thing, man, I be in protection. The police will too, bro. You don't know that. The police will allow you in a second if they need to put you in jail. You say, Ghost, why you saying all this, man? Because I was talking to a young man yesterday, and he said, President Trump is like about lowering the price of groceries. Man, I'm not hating on President Trump, man. You see what I'm saying? I believe what he needs to be doing is what he's doing. And that's on the trade deficit and on the budget. However, bad things need to be fixed. Let's be real. The people that elect him to fix Joe Biden's mistakes, they elected him to vote. And so don't take my word for it, man. I'm finna play an audio for you. President Trump, pre-election, in his own words. I have one complaints like grocery guys. So it's simple word, but sure things like everything you eat. The stomach is speaking. It always does. And I had more complaints about that bacon and things going up, double, triple, quadruple. I haven't seen Cheerios in a long time. I'm going to take them back with me. The bacon is through the roof. They're all through the roof. You know? Everything is bad. And we're going to straighten it out. We're going to bring prices way down. And we're going to get it done fast. Just saying, man. That's in his own words. Let's be real. So all my Republicans, girl, I just want you to stop for just a second. Think about it. What has changed in the last 100 days from President Trump and President Biden? Cost of living with you.
Y'all, we got the part 2 coming out. Y'all gonna see that on Sunday at 8 o'clock in the morning. Basically, what I'm doing, I'm trying to give the gospel. I'm going to give the gospel to 100,000 souls. That's what it's about, man. I'm a Christian. I want to tell people about Jesus so they could get saved. You know what I'm saying? I used to do drugs so I could tell people about not doing drugs. You see what I'm saying? So they could change their life. So that's coming to part. What I was trying to say, man, is, bro, like my goal, my big dream is to start the White House, y'all, is gonna, President Trump, guys, y'all give me just a second, if y'all don't mind. Who is this? I think it's Secretary Hegseth. And he's speaking with the troops right now. You guys can find this on YouTube. If you guys want to go look, and he's in Qatar, Qatar, however you want to pronounce it. You know, America has a base over in Qatar, and people don't understand that. They're talking about the Qatar, how like the Qatar government was like so bad, and they might be, but I'm saying we have a military base there, and they're like number 2 in buying our military supplies. So I'm saying people don't to me, it's like they don't have a fair balance on things because they have personal agendas. If I was a Democrat, I wouldn't like President Trump. You see, you feel what I'm saying? If I was a Republican, I wouldn't like President Obama. But I'm not a Democrat and I like President Trump, and I'm not a Republican and I like President Obama. You feel what I'm saying? I'm the type of person I'll buy a Tesla and I go to a place where they don't like Elon, and I dare you to touch my Tesla. Real talk, I'm that dude, boy. You feed me? Because I'm just about the truth, man. I'm going to just speak truth, man. You know, I like Pete himself, man. I think, you know, from what I see of him, he a cool dude. I don't get in that. That's between them and the military. But this America first, man. I like President Trump. I like what he doing. I like Elon. I like what he doing. The Republican Party as a whole, no, you ain't no cutting no Medicaid to give Elon a $78,000 tax break that he don't want. You a clown. You will never win another election. Look, y'all, what I was gonna say, man, I want to start a party. We the people. And basically, any politician who get up there and don't do nothing for the people, he need to be gone. Because I know a senator who talking about giving a $78,000 tax break to a rich man and giving a $200 tax break to a poor man and taking the poor man's programs that help him survive. What about that man in Wisconsin who working hard and his mama on Medicaid? And this man trying to take care of his mama and a family at the same time. We can't afford to take nothing from the people. If you got to balance the budget, you don't decrease the revenue to balance no budget. Because ain't no rich man with no $78,000 tax break gonna go hire nobody. That's only a part of how President Trump is gonna stimulate the economy. He's stimulating in so many more ways. Y'all, the Secretary of Defense is speaking. I want to hear what he's saying to the troops. All my soldiers, any of my airmen, any of my Marines, any of my seamen who serve Space Force, I want to say thank y'all for your service. We love y'all. We love America more. You feel me? Guys, anytime I get in a situation, I start my day, I finish my day with God. You got to. That you can't be smart unless you know where you started and where you gonna end. The beginning and the end. God is the beginning, he is the creator, and he is the end. That's how we all gonna end. You feel me? In heaven or hell. So I start my day every day with God, y'all. Okay, I got depression, I suffer from anxiety. Any problems that I have, I put them at the feet of Jesus. If I come for you, if I come for your head top as a litigator, I'm coming in the name of Jesus, bro. And whenever I get in a situation where it's something I can't handle, it's beyond my control, I always give it to God. I say, this, Omar, is the day, Miss Tammy, that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Y'all, we're going to support our troops. We're going to pray for our defense secretary, our secretary of state, our vice president, our president. We're going to pray for America, man. We want the best for our nation. Most definitely, y'all. That's my time, Ghostwriter, big Ghostwriter, man. We'll be live again on Saturday. I wanted to wait for President Trump to come back from his Middle East with his team, his envoy. I wanted them to wait to come back so, you know, he finished doing all the investments. On Saturday, I'm going to brag about the American hustler. Welcome to the kingdom. Y'all, I'm finna get in here and listen to Secretary Hegseth, what his remarks. Y'all go watch that. Guys, that's my time, man. I love every last one of y'all. Always remember, guys, this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it, guys. I love every last one of y'all, and I will see y'all next time. Legal Wars Podcast, guys. I'm out.